Hey everybody, I'm Keddy the Kidman Blumenthal,
And I'm Jeffy Reed.
and you're watching Unity Gain. So this is our third installment of our Face in the Crowd throwback song. This one's called Disappear, a song that we recorded about 20 years ago, and Jeff is going to tell you about the story.
So the song Disappear actually tells a different story than the story that inspired the song. I had a friend who had a friend, and we spent a lot of time together because we like to go hunting and fishing, stuff like that. Anyway, this guy was like, he was like the life of the party. Whenever we were doing anything, he was always cutting up and making everybody laugh. And
Kind of like the class clown.
yeah. But this guy had kind of a dark, a darkness that kind of just hovered over him all the time because his parents got a divorce when he was younger, and so that was, weighed heavy on him. And he hated his stepdad. He always talked about that his salvation basically was one of these days I'm going to be able to go live with my real dad. And he lived on the opposite side of the state. So
He's thinking it's going to solve all of his problems.
that was going to solve everything. So, but this guy, I mean, he was so, like I said, he was just funny all the time. And I think that was kind of his, you've heard about it before, that syndrome where they kind of try to escape
Sure.
their reality by being that guy.
Yeah.
Anyways, well, later on in his life, he got old enough where he could basically do whatever he wanted. So he called up his dad and said, I'm ready. I think it's like 14 or 15 years old, you can bypass the courts and
Live with the parent of your choice.
yeah. So his dad said, well, I'm not really ready for you, so he said, give me a year to get everything situated and I'll get you up here. And then a couple of years went by and finally he was able to move in with his dad. And by this time he's almost an adult. So he moves in with his dad, gets a job, gets kind of settled in up there. And then his dad dies of a heart attack. So then it wasn't long after that he took a gun and did himself in.
Oh, man.
Anyway, this friend of mine, this mutual friend of ours, he called me up and said, hey, did you hear about, so-and-so? And no, I didn't. And he told me the story, and it was heartbreaking.
Sure would be.
And knowing that this guy, that was so, he was so funny and just full of life, it seemed like.
Probably loved by all of his friends
Oh,
so
yeah.
much.
Was gone.
Yeah.
And so basically this song was what I would have told him beforehand
Yeah.
if he hadn't have done that.
Right.
And that basically tells the story of the song, because the song is a song of hope.
Yeah. So basically this song was a song that was really something that had all the answers for him of what he was looking for in life, an avenue or a path he could follow to be happy, and that's why I like this song. This song has a really strong message, but it's not sad.
Right.
Even though the inspiration of the song is sad, the song is not sad.
Yeah. Whenever you write something, or whenever you write or do anything, you hope that it might go live on and touch someone else's life
Yeah.
who might be going through the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think about that all the time when I write a song.
Yeah.
I don't want to just write a song to write a song. I want it to be remembered. I want it to mean something. And it doesn't have to be a famous hit song, but maybe someone around the corner in my life will hear this song and go, whoa, okay. Maybe it'll even inspire them to come and ask me a question. You never know.
All right. Sorry the story got a little heavy on you there, but the song is actually a pretty happy song. And this show is about music. So we're going to go down to Gideon Productions and go into the studio and show you why we think this song is cool in a segment we like to call Why It's Cool. Did I get it right?
Yeah, you did great. I just went like this. I went.
All right, let's get into it.
You live your life without direction. No destination.
I always love the sound of that guitar, but it wasn't thick enough, so I doubled it.
Which guitar is that?
You know, I'm listening to it, and it might be. It kind of sounds like a Strat. I still had that red one.
Yeah. You had a couple of red ones. You had your original red one.
Right.
You don't have a Strat now, do you?
No. In fact, I was just looking at them on.
I love how this. I remember when we wrote this song. I remember coming up with the drum ideas, and like on the punches, da 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 da,
Right.
with the vocal line and the music. And I remember feeling like that kind of made the drum part, just that little detail.
I remember coming up with the when we came up with the harmonies and stuff, or when you did actually. It just sounded so awesome. Like every little background vocal just adds to the personality of it.
Well, it needed something.
Yeah.
You know? Our voices blend good, I think. I always thought they did. Our old music was so cool.
Yeah. You know, I played this song for the girl that posed for our cover art.
Yeah.
And she was like, "This is the best song you guys have ever done." I said, "Really?" She goes, "Yeah." She thought we had just done it.
Oh.
She
How
goes,
long ago was this she heard
She
it?
goes, "Your voice sounds really good now. What do you do different?" I said, "We recorded that like 20 years ago."
I like that drum fill.
Let's play that again.
Yeah. Right here. That's my favorite harmony line in the whole song. Drum fill. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh man, that's so cool.
Remember when our songs were only 19 tracks?
So when you dream about tomorrow, as if your fears will disappear.
Oh man. The guitars are awesome. They're full.
To find that he's still here. You're still here. You'll never disappear.
I love these background vocals right here.
Never disappear.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You'll never disappear.
Yeah.
Yeah, because those weren't really audible very much in the first version of it.
I'll solo those and show them.
Yeah, let's listen to it. There you go.
I told her, I said I'd never be able to hit those notes now.
Nice. Very cool.
All right.
All right, you guys. That's why it's cool. Back to the studio.
Well, that was quick.
Yeah, it was.
You know, that song is just kind of it's just kind of a bluesy rock song. There's nothing really, you know, technical about it.
Yeah, and what I remember when we wrote this song, because of the subject matter, I remember when you presented it to us, and you told us what it was about, and I think collectively we came together as a band with the intention of really doing this one special, you know, really playing it with our hearts and designing the song with the intention of the message that this song is carrying. And I think we did that. And I remember on my drum parts, I was just playing drum fills that were tastefully placed. You know, nothing too extravagant. And I listened back to it, and I love how I played it.
Yeah.
I think it's just tastefully done.
Yeah, it sounds really good.
Yeah.
I think the vocal, as far, you know, I wouldn't be able to sing like that now. That was a really strong vocal for me back then because, you know, I'd struggled quite a bit with that, with my vocal. For some reason that day I was just nailing it.
Yeah.
And you got to think that maybe there was a reason for that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Very possible.
Yeah.
I really enjoy those vocal parts at the end, those reverb parts, because that wasn't.
Oh, right.
That wasn't, like we talked about in the studio, that wasn't really audible when we put the song out the first time 20 years ago. You never got to hear that. It was there, it's always been there.
Yeah.
It just wasn't very loud, so it really adds a lot to the ending of the song.
Yeah. And I'm not really sure exactly how I got those. I'm not sure the effects I used to create that effect. I imagine it was just a heavy delay or something.
Probably, yeah.
I remember remixing it just, you know, a few days ago and just coming to that part and going, wow, those are really cool.
Why don't we have this audible?
Yeah.
Hasn't this
And
turned
you
up?
turn it up and turn it up, and there you go.
So were you using just the onboard reverbs that the software had back then?
You know, what I was doing back then is I would fly, I would grab things and I would fly them into Steinberg Wave Lab, and I would add...
Like just a track at a time?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would add the effect to the wave file. Yeah, and save it that way so that because the software was so slow.
It wouldn't render everything if you had too much going on.
Yeah, so I imagine that's what I did, and yeah, it turned out really good. Cool.
Yeah, it did. I love that song. I remember how fun that song always was to play. Do you remember the walkathon?
The walkathon.
I
yeah.
got contacted.
Stewart Park.
I got contacted by the local. It's an organization called Hope Pregnancy Center, and they were doing a walkathon to raise money. And they contacted us and asked us if we would play at this park at the end of the walkathon. They had a big outdoor kitchen area, and they asked us to set up and play, I think, 2 or 3 songs, and that was the final destination of the walk. And so when it came back and ended there, the people in charge of the Hope Pregnancy Center had some things to say and whatnot, and then they had us play, and we played this song. This was one of the songs we played because it's about hope.
Yeah.
And yeah, and that went over very, very well.
Yeah.
We just had a real scaled down version. I remember, I don't think we had any microphones on drums. There was no need. It was too intimate of a setting. We had like 1 speaker cabinet, you know, 1 bass cabinet, 1 vocal mic. I don't even know if I had my harmony mic, but it was very scaled down. So,
Yeah.
because if we had all of our gear there, we would have popped the circuits.
Yeah, I remember this song always having a positive response
Yeah.
from audiences
Yeah.
when we played it.
Yeah.
There was a few of our songs that always was shoe-ins, I guess you could say,
Yeah.
where you always got a good response. This is one of them.
Yeah. Very cool. It was very good.
So if you're watching this video right now, the song that this video is about is already done. It's released and it's available for downloads and streaming in whatever service that you use.
And do us a favor, be sure to click that like button. Someone asked me why click the like button. I always say that. When you click that like button, there's actually an algorithm that YouTube uses, and it moves us up in a list of visibility. and it makes our videos become more commonly visible when you search through YouTube, which gives us more of a popularity level, if you will, and more exposure to everybody out there in the YouTube universe. So that's why we say it. So be sure to click that like button. It'll really help us out. So be sure to smash that subscribe button and ring the bell, and that way you'll be notified when we upload new videos.
And make sure you leave a comment, because if you do, your name will automatically be put into a drawing for some cool Unity Game merchandise, and that'll be awesome. All right, thanks for watching, and
don't forget to push record.
When you dream about tomorrow, as if your fears will disappear.
So we just have one more little thing for you. Usually at the end of our videos, we have a couple bloopers, which is always fun. But because of the content of this song, we just wanted to share something with you. We want to say that if you are dealing with issues through depression or whatever the case may be, and life feels hopeless for you, we want you to know that I can guarantee you there is someone in your world, in your bubble, that cares about you. Reach out to somebody. There's no need to end your life in this world. It's too full and rich to enjoy. So please reach out to somebody if you're struggling, and we're going to have the suicide hotline here on the screen, and reach out and do what you need to do to make sure your life can become more full and better, because it can, because somebody loves you. Thank you.
You say nothing is for certain, but he's always been the same. Yeah. So when you dream about tomorrow, as if your fears will disappear, and then you wake up full of laughter to find